This Purple Heart is the most haunted artifact we've ever encountered. It lives at the Peteetneet Cultural Arts Museum. Our team is armed with new gear, and we capture evidence that might just turn the most critical skeptics into believers.
Yes.
Is it grabbing just the easel? Oh my god, no, there's two. Oh, what? What? Whoa!
That's what I want from you.
It says yes. You want your Purple Heart?
There a lady in a dress in the piano room with us?
Oh, I'm feeling cold. I've got goosebumps. And my screen just shut off.
Hello and welcome to another chilling paranormal investigation live here in Payson, Utah at Peteetneet School.
You're recording, right?
Yeah.
There was definitely a man talking out here.
We are a group of investigators.
And I didn't even turn it on,
Skeptics.
FYI, and it's on again in the middle of nowhere.
And one that's a bit empathic.
I think that I'm too empathic, that the room was upset that we were ghost hunting.
Join us on our adventures of diagnosing the mysteries of the paranormal.
All of a sudden, this plane come over, boom, boom. All hell broke loose. Running for life jackets. They had 100 life jackets for 1,100 guys.
Private First Class George Melvin Close was a passenger among the HMT Rohna. Unfortunately, this ship was destroyed at the hands of a German-guided missile. The hit was so devastating that the U.S. government placed a veil of secrecy upon it. With over 1,000 lives lost at sea, it was the single biggest loss in U.S. history. The secrecy and cover-up by the U.S. government continued for decades into the late 1960s, when documents were grudgingly released under the pressure of the Freedom of Information Act. George's wife received this Purple Heart and donated it to the Peteetneet Cultural Arts Museum. Previous investigations by the DGH team have unveiled incredible evidence.
In the old chest there.
You did?
Mm-hmm. Was that you? Did you cause me to have that chest pain? Oh, I can feel it. Please stop that. What about George Melvin Close? Killed on convoy to Europe. George, are you here? Or does the name Louise Ellsworth? Sure. Okay, so all of this came when we started talking about that Purple Heart.
There's blue again. Oh, there's two.
Are you a relative of Louise Ellsworth? Married?
On the investigation tonight, we have DGH members Dr. Jason and Jamie, but we're also joined by my sister-in-law Laura and her daughter Lucia. Sarah's back at Command Central and monitoring the live stream. Many of you joined live until the spirits decided to interrupt our internet stream, so we had to cut it short.
The best move is going to be to end the live stream here.
We're going to focus our investigation around George Close upstairs in the war room. That's where we'll begin.
Or George, if you're there, I'm going to approach you and just show the people who can see through this device your Purple Heart. There's George Melvin Close and his Purple Heart, donated by his wife, Louise Ellsworth. Later remarried and took the name Ellsworth. Oh, did you guys see it? George, was that you that changed the energy in the magnetic field to light this off? Whoa! Whoa! George, that was great. I have chills.
George, I think I can see a figure over by that American flag. It's showing up occasionally. That's you. George, we're just here to hear your story. What's his wife's name?
Louise.
Or is it Louise back there that's wanting to communicate with us? Okay. You want to try like a spirit box?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
The EMF communication from George seems to die down, so we move forward with the Spirit Box session. Now, at the recommendation of our viewers, Jason has downloaded the Necrophonics app as opposed to the GhostTube app to use for our session. As you recall, the spirits have been very vocal through Spirit Box sessions here in this room in the past, and we're hoping to make further communication with George and others now.
Whoa, there it goes.
So whoever made all those lights change color, good job.
The EMF tripwire again starts to receive activity, but this time with Jason's phone nearby with the Necrophonics app up.
There goes some more lights.
That was only those two.
Yeah.
Now, in previous Ghost Lab episodes, we have tested the EMF pair lamp, which is the same maker of the tripwire, to see whether or not a phone call or text messages would set off the EMF. This didn't appear to be the case. If you'd like to see us make a Ghost Lab with the EMF tripwire in the future, let us know in the comments below.
What? Did you hear it?
Mm-hmm. It did it twice.
Are you touching that green light to make it go yellow? See if you can make it go red. Get as close as you can to it. Just hit red.
Wow.
Just was a flicker, but
You're talking about the EMF, right?
the K2.
The K2. Radiator. Oh. You heard that, right?
Yeah. It sounded kind of like the metal of the chair there.
We've had SLS figures on the chair when it's been over here.
This chair?
Yes.
Or any chair?
No, this chair when it was back here. Not today, but in previous investigations. I'm just pointing out, I don't know if people heard it, there was a sound back here that I dismissed as a radiator, which is hard to be a radiator when there's no radiator.
Hello? Did someone say hello? If it's George, make all those purple lights change color, or touch the green light and make it go to red.
Whoa.
Almost there, George. You got to yellow. Can you make it go to red?
Whoa.
That went to red.
Wow.
There it is.
So there's directions we could go with this. We could try to improve contact and communication. We could try and find out why she's here.
What happens in the next few minutes is nothing short of pure chaos. While we further dive into communication with George and Louise, we begin to experience incredible paranormal activity. The app that we use to live stream these investigations is called StreamYard, and we have multiple ways at which we can broadcast that through our live stream. Despite being hooked up to a local hotspot, the city's internet, and then even our internet through our phones, at this moment, all of those things shut down and we are kicked completely out of StreamYard, something that we have never experienced before in any investigation, let alone Peteetneet.
Louise, can you tell us why you are here? And it just kicked us out. We're out of StreamYard.
So I think we're here with George and Louise, and they want to convey the message of why. We think the why is because the circumstances around George's death were covered up. Is that?
Yes, sir.
Jack, come over here.
When I'm missing.
You went missing?
Pay attention carefully here. Jason calls me over to look at our GS2, which is flashing blue, indicating that there are cold temperature anomalies detected.
You are missing? Did they ever find his body? As far as we could tell from our research, they never found your body, so...
Not only is the temperature interesting, but also the location directly right over the Purple Heart. This is going to play a significant role in validating some evidence for us later on.
One theory was that a German bomber dropped a bomb. So you got that?
I think you did.
All of this truly is remarkable. We get responses from the EMF-trip wire, the K2, the GS2, and then audible confirmation that Louise is present in the room, and George confirming that he is missing and at the hands of a German bomb. Multiple pieces of evidence from multiple different devices is what we look for in our quest in proving the paranormal. While this is not proof, the timing of each of these anomalies surely is remarkable and would lead us to think that there truly is paranormal activity going on inside this room. Now, as we've seen many times before at Peteetneet and even other locations, just as quickly as the activity can turn on, it can seem to go away as well. Over the course of the next 45 minutes, the team continues to investigate the war room and even the piano room located adjacent up on the second floor.
It's bouncing around. It's not just one.
And while a couple of the responses are notable,
Is there a lady in a dress in the piano room with us? Is there a lady in a dress in the piano room with us?
they are without consistency and don't seem to add to George's story. And aside from a few laughs,
Okay, we're gonna try this. You can talk into this phone. It'll still pick it up. Are you making fun of me?
we decide it's time to change our tactic and begin an Estes session back in the war room.
Is that someone making fun of me? My bad jokes?
As we head back into the war room, Jason's going to be under the headphones for this SB7 Estes session. Laura's going to be asking questions, trying to make further contact with George and Louise. There's an Onvoy Spirit communicator initially located just behind Jason's right shoulder. This will later be moved over towards Lucia on the left side of the screen. She's going to be calling out the answers that the spirits give us through fluctuations in vibration, electromagnetic field, and temperature. Jamie also is holding a new device for us here at Dr. Ghost Hunters. It's a FLIR One-Pro thermal imaging, not designed for paranormal investigators, but can sense temperature fluctuations in any given space. And as you might expect with the war room, we begin to make contact immediately.
All right, so I think it was George and Louise that I was communicating with earlier tonight. Told you we'd be back. We'd have different ways to try and communicate. It seems like one of the questions that you wanted us to ask was why. And we want to find out more about that. One way you can do this, I'm going to put on these headphones. You can actually speak into this device here, and I'll be able to hear it. I can't hear the questions, but I can hear what you say. Or you can communicate using any of the instruments around me like we used earlier. So I think you met Laura. She'll be asking the
Are
questions.
you touching that case behind you?
No.
I mean, the thing's just going berserk. You just keep saying no.
Maybe it wasn't them. Maybe you're not talking. Is it going off because of touch, or is it going off?
I can't tell. What does it say? Right below the no.
He has Matt.
So that's magnetic field.
So it's not.
It's not
Here,
touch.
I can check it from here and make sure. Should we move it
Exactly.
closer so we can see it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Here. You can keep an eye on this.
George, I know you were here earlier. Can you say hello?
Yeah,
That's great, George. We can hear you. George,
let's join
This is no.
laws.
George, is that your Purple Heart?
The one that we got.
Whoa.
This is no.
The next couple of minutes proved to be some of the most intense activity that we have had at Peteetneet. In our investigation methods, we like to have multiple pieces of evidence from different pieces of equipment. This helps validate that what we are receiving is not in fact simply due to chance. And while this can't be determined as proof of the paranormal, what's about to take place is truly remarkable.
Says yes.
Are you here to tell us something? What do you know, George?
Jungle.
Says no.
The Jews.
Yikes.
What do you know, George?
Jungle.
Says no.
The Jews.
Have you always been with the Purple Heart?
That's what I want from you.
Says yes.
You want your Purple Heart? Do you want me to call Louise?
Yes.
Looked like his head just nodded.
Yes.
Do you want me to call Louise?
Yes.
The team takes a break to regroup down in Command Central and grab a quick snack. For the first time in Dr. Ghost Hunters, we're going to split up and do solo investigations in this large building.
4 different groups. We need 4 locations. War room, I think, is a must.
Okay.
Piano room.
Yeah.
We have the school room. And then there's the tunnel. So those are our 4 locations.
What's the tunnel?
Jason, you feel good about those 4?
Yeah, I think those are good.
Okay. Sarah, what are you decide?
Sarah divvies up the crew, putting Jason in the basement, Jamie in the schoolroom, me upstairs in the war room, and Lucia and Laura upstairs in the piano room, because there's no way Lucia's going in the schoolroom with those creepy dolls.
I am not going to the schoolroom, that's for sure. Those dolls are creepy enough.
And Jason, your Wi-Fi access to Tinder downstairs will be cut off. Jamie, our first ever solo. You're terrified. You were just telling us how real ghosts are and how afraid you are to be here. How you feeling?
Good.
What do you think is going to happen in here over the course of the next half hour?
Levitation.
Absolutely nothing.
We'll see.
I mean, levitation.
Jason, you had the unlucky draw from Sarah of heading down to the basement, a place we've not investigated here. What are you taking with you?
So I got all kinds of gear. I got K2,
Okay,
all reliable. Got my SLS Ghost 2.
good.
Got the Phasm camera with IR light. Got digital audio and got a Spirit Box in case I want to.
It is dark down there.
I just gotta say, all yours, my friend. Yeah, good luck.
You want to trade me?
No, not.
All right.
Totally didn't say
Have
There's like a little rocking chair down
Yeah.
there. Or a little rocking horse, sorry.
bye, Jason. Whoa, immediately. Oh boy.
I come and go.
But you're here right now? We think we've been talking to a couple of people upstairs, George and his wife.
Come inside.
Yeah. Is that you? Or are you somebody different?
Did you just make this light up? Right in front of me? Can you do that again? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I would love to help spread the word about your death and the death of all of your soldiers. Would you like me to do that? Can you give me a sign of your presence? It's a knock. Did you do that knock? Hello there. I can see you. Is it grabbing just the easel? Oh my god, now there's 2. Well, George, if that was you communicating with us tonight, I appreciate it. I would sure love one final sign of your presence to take home, and oh, I'm feeling cold and I've got goosebumps and my screen just shut off. And how appropriate. George, was that you? Look at that. Just completely shut off, restarted. There's still battery. George, why, bud? Right at the same time, I'm getting chills.
And that just about does it here from Peteetneet. For skeptics and believers alike, what do you think about the evidence that we captured? Let us know in the comments below. As I was compiling the data for this episode, I seemed to feel as though one thing was missing. Remember that FLIR One-Pro that I gave to Jamie up in the war room earlier? You don't think that I would tease that without there being something behind it, do you? When she sent me over the photos well after the investigation, I was blown away by what she captured. And we're going to show you that terrifying evidence on the next Dr. Ghost Hunters.
Nothing happened for you guys?
Nothing at all. Didn't touch anything.
Nothing for you?
Yeah, I
Anything
was
for
in the
you?
dark tunnel right as the air compressor went off,
Oh.
right next to me.
Yeah.
So you'll see me turn and run out of the tunnel on that picture.
Did you?
Scared the shit out of me. Yeah, so when you see that thing turn the other direction, then
At least you know you still got a little pep in your step.
now that changed colors and the phone wasn't going.
Did you catch that?
No. Blah, 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 blah.